Hi guys, welcome back with the complete lineup result of 19 contestants of Legend Sports Fest Pro 2025 Mr. Olympia qualifier show. So let's dive into it. Wesley Boxley was unable to crack top 15. It looks like he needs a couple of more weeks to nail his conditioning. He did not have enough details and he had some prominent distension of the midsection. Other than that, he had impressive arms development. Adilon Batista was out of top 15. Also, Keith Williams did not make it to the top 15. As well as Bobby Cartelmi did not take any place in Legend Sports Fest Pro. One of the oldest contestants in the show, Mark Arthur, has brought one of his better versions in Legend Sports Fest Pro. Compared to his last show, New York Pro, he looks much leaner, especially his midsection was under control. Former 212 Classic Physique athlete Jason Love could not sway the judges this time, and he had to settle for 14th place only. He was in the hospital in his peak week for the show, and most probably because of this, he could not deliver his best look on stage. But he's not going to give up. He's planning to bring a better version next time on stage. 39 years old bodybuilder Nguyen has some of the best back shots, very thick and mature back and hamstrings he has, and his conditioning was not really bad. I think it was really impressive. But in my opinion, his midsection was not fully under control, which could be the reason he had to settle for 13th place. The well-known posing coach Joey Belt has made his pro debut in Legend Sports Fest Pro, and he's arrived at 12th place. From my standpoint, size-wise he was not so impressive for men's open division, but he brought better conditioning in his first pro show, which I think judges really liked that and had him beating 7 contestants. Rashid Oldaker was at 3rd place in his last Legend Sports Fest Pro in 2022. He has sheer amount of mass, humongous squats and overall incredible muscle development. But he was unable to fully nail his conditioning again this time. Otherwise he could have been at least in the top 6. Olympia athlete Justin Rodriguez took 4-month break from competitions after one of his least impressive performances in New York Pro. I think he has regressed a little bit more, as in the comparison with his New York Pro package, he definitely looked harder and sharper there. I'm not sure, but I think he has left his new coach Justin Jacoby and probably he has switched to another coach. He could only take 10th place this time. Lukman Ajibolu has brought very impressive package in his first pro show, which led him beating Olympian Justin Rodriguez. He has showcased impressive details in the back shots. Lukman has finished taking 9th place out of 19 contestants in his pro debut. Marcelo Alfonsi turned pro this year under the supervision of coach Chris Aceto, and he qualified for 2024 Olympia in the 212 division by winning Chicago Pro, and this was his 7th consecutive show of the year. He was not the biggest contestant on stage. He was around 212 pounds, as he will be competing in the 212 Olympia in less than 2 weeks, but he brought impressive details all over his physique and he still managed to beat several athletes in the men's open show of Legend Sports Fest Pro. 40 years old Patrick Moore was at 6th place in his last show Europa UK Pro, and this time in Legend Sports Fest Pro he dropped down to the 7th place. I think mainly because of his conditioning. His conditioning was not up to par to fight with the frontrunners. In the comparison with his 2019 and 2021 versions, I think he looks the least impressive conditioning wise right now, whereas I don't see much size difference compared to his previous versions. From my understanding, it's not really easy for Patrick to gain size. I feel like he's somewhere in the middle of classic physique and men's open division. but I honestly believe if he can really nail his conditioning with the current size, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with in the men's open division because of his superior shape, structure, and very aesthetically pleasing physique with his small tiny waist. Ray Short has managed to take 6th place in the show. He also competed in the 40 plus masters class of Legend Sports Fest Pro, which he won. He was slightly harder and sharper than 7th place finisher Patrick Moore, but Patrick's physique flows much better. He's more shapely with very impressive X-frame and smaller midsection. I personally had Patrick higher than Ray Short. 32 years old rising star from Germany Dennis Reinhold has cracked top 5 in his first show of the season. He has very wide clavicles, huge shoulders, and very outstanding lower half with tremendous details and deep muscle separation. His back shots are imposing as well, but I think he needs more details in the back area. Other than that, he has presented a very outstanding physique, and seemingly he has put on some quality mass this year. He's working with IFBB pro Dennis Wolf, and surely he has huge potential for the men's open bodybuilding. Kyunwoo Park from South Korea has brought impressive package. He finished taking 4th place in the contest. He was the shortest contestant in the top 6 and he showcased incredible hamstring details and deep muscle separation. But he was beaten by Mexican athlete Martin Hernandez, who was in a very sharp conditioning. From front to back he was fully dialed in. Martin does not have very shapely physique and superior structure, but he brought very shredded and dense look, which probably impressed the judges, and he took solid 3rd place in the contest. So Bruno Santos has ended up taking 2nd place in his attempt to earn his 2025 Mr. Olympia qualification. In the comparison with his first show of the season, Pro Muscle Italy Pro, he has improved his conditioning. He seems to have more details and cuts, especially in the quads area, but he was much fuller in Pro Muscle Show. Compared to the winner Brett Wilkin, Bruno had some size advantage. He was slightly bigger than Brett, whereas Brett undeniably had better shape and symmetry and more streamlined physique, and he was more conditioned than Bruno with smaller midsection. On scorecard, it looks like Brett won unanimously, but from my standpoint, it was very close fight between top 2 and it could have gone either way. But personally, I preferred Brett Wilkin winning the show. I don't see any drastic change from size standpoint in Brett. Size wise he looks the same compared to his last show 2 years before, but he has improved his conditioning and the quality of his muscles. He has more muscle maturity now with deeper lines and muscle separation, although he was not as full this time as he was in his last show in my opinion. So congratulations to Brett and his coach Matt Jensen for winning the show and receiving early qualification for next year Olympia. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more updates.
But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.